Congratulations, Seth, John Cena, Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
Well, we've come to our decision, and instead of suspending you, Dolph, Ryback, Rowan, you're all fired! And you can all thank and appreciate John Cena, the man standing behind you for losing your livelihoods in that very ring here tonight.
John, you've successfully made 3 men lose their livelihoods, and you have reinstated the authority. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for John Cena!
We love it raw. Venus, Chris Corey the Future, and me, Mr. Caldero, bring you the greatest, gosh darn it, podcast on the planet when it comes to wrestling talk. We love it raw.
Hello. And welcome to a very authoritative edition of We Love It Raw. As you know, I am the future of this show, along with my compadre, Mr. Caldero.
Yes.
And tonight, we talk about the greatest power couple in the history of the WWE, Stephanie McMahon and Triple H, the Authority, and how they made a return to Raw last night, and they raised hell. But we're going to get into that at the end of the show. Right now, I want to talk about what they focused on in the beginning. They dubbed Monday Night Raw John Cena Appreciation Night because of what he did on New Year's Eve, on the New Year's Eve edition of Raw, by bringing back the Authority to power. And it was great. And they applauded him by making John Cena Appreciation Night. Now, I think I would have thought of something different, but that's what the Authority did, and that's what the Authority does. It's their yard, it's their house. So what did they actually do to cause hell on Raw? Well, for starters, we're going to talk about the Ryback match. It was originally going to be Ryback versus Seth Rollins. Turns out, it was a 2-on-1 handicap match with 2 special guest referees, J and J Security, the Garden Gnomes of the Authority. And what happens? J and J Security screw over Ryback. Kane and Seth Rollins get the win. End of that. Second is a big reward that they did for Seth Rollins. Now, originally, Vanessa and I came up with a bold prediction of what we thought was going to happen at the Royal Rumble, where Cena beats Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins cashes in the Money in the Bank briefcase. But now that's down the drain. Because the Authority now put Seth Rollins in the main event in a few weeks in Philly at the Royal Rumble. Is that a good move for him? No. I don't think so. I think they should have kept it the way it was. Cena versus Brock, where I thought Rollins was going to cash in the Money in the Bank, which then led up to Roman Reigns winning the WWE title at WrestleMania. But now that's down the drain. So I don't know what they were thinking about putting Seth Rollins into the main event at the Royal Rumble. I completely disagree with that. What do you think?
It threw me off. My predictions were similar but different, but it still involved pretty much the same ideas. So a triple threat match really threw a curveball for me because I didn't see that coming.
No. I didn't see it coming either. When I heard that, I was like, why? Why would they put Rollins into a triple threat, into a title match, when he could have just won the title on a one-down opponent? That would have made logistical sense. That was one move I disagreed with by the Authority. So now, I'm going to jump ahead and talk about the John Cena Appreciation Night segment. Well, this was unexpected. The Authority comes out all beaming with glory, and here's John Cena. They're talking about the hustle, the loyalty, and the respect of this guy that he's put in for the last couple of years. But that wasn't it. They bring out Team Cena minus the Big Show. They brought out Rowan, Zig, and Ryback, which led to a big storyline bombshell. Zig, Ryback, Rowan are all fired. What does this mean for the guy who put this team together, John Cena? Here's what I think. In the due time, they're going to come back. But they're going to turn on John Cena. And they're going to join the Authority. Because you saw the faces last night of Rowan, Ryback, and Zig on how disgusted they were with John Cena for bringing back the Authority. He had no choice. He was pressured into bringing them back. So I think Zig, Ryback, and Rowan are all going to come back, but as heels, and turn on John Cena. What do you think?
I can truly say that I'm not too interested in Dolph Ziggler, Ryback, and who was it? You see,
Rowan, Big Red.
And you see, that's how much I don't care. I'm not. I know they're coming back.
Of course, but they're going to come back.
I just don't care about that storyline.
But they're going to come back as heels. I'm curious to see where they're going to go with it. I think they're going to come back as heels and turn on John Cena.
I don't have enough care to even examine it.
That's what I think. And that's about it for the We Love It Raw segment. Because there really wasn't much.
The ambulance match definitely was awesome. But I just felt like it took so much. You know, they gave us a lot of boring spots. And then gave us great spots. And they sprinkled it in. So it's kind of like you had to sit through there for 3 hours to get 3 good spots. That's how I felt.
There was a good match, but
it was a good match, but it's just I didn't get into it towards the end, And it was good.
And why are they having Dean Ambrose now lose all of a sudden to Bray Wyatt? Are they starting to really build up Wyatt for the dead man at WrestleMania? Are they starting to push him forward?
I think so. I think
To
they're
have
making
him go
look
against
strong.
The Undertaker at WrestleMania?
And you see the artistic way that they made him lose, right? Dean Ambrose. The only reason he lost is because he risked his body so much.
Yeah, he's a risk taker.
Exactly. So he's his own demise. He didn't lose to Bray Wyatt. He lost to himself.
Yeah, he cost himself that match.
That's exactly my point. And that still makes him look strong because there's still the excuse that he ruined the match for himself.
No,
And Bray Wyatt is an opportunist.
Yeah, he took the opportunity of Dean Ambrose going on top of that ambulance last night in Texas, giving what I think was one of the worst elbow drops I've ever seen in history.
Well, it was that's when the match started. I loved Bray Wyatt's sister Abigail's both spots.
Yeah, one on the ground and one on the ambulance. Ooh.
Yeah, that was
the end of that was the end of Dean Ambrose.
That's it though.
That's about it.
The Diva segments are boring. I'm usually interested. The Paige thing, her turning face now, I'm confused.
Yeah, what the hell's going on?
She was, I guess, because she's on Total Divas. She's a baby face.
Yeah.
I'm lost, but
whatever. That's about it for We Love It Raw
That
Authoritative Edition.
Got some predictions, right?
Yeah, actually I do.
What do we think is going to happen throughout the next couple weeks? Before the Rumble.
Before the Rumble? You're going to see Brock Lesnar make one appearance before the Royal Rumble. You're going to have a contract signing between Rollins, Cena, and Brock. You're going to have a contract signing. You're probably going to start seeing the breakup of Mizdow.
Yeah. WrestleMania is coming, so yeah.
Yes, you're going to see that. Usos with Naomi. I think it's going to cost the Usos because, Naomi's getting more involved now. So, I see them losing the tag team titles by the Royal Rumble. I don't see them holding it past that. Who are they going to lose it to? Good question. I don't know. You're not going to give it to Goldust and Stardust. You're not going to give it to those two cosmic weirdos.
The worst thing on TV is the Ascension.
It's the only team I think that might take the tag team titles.
I'm starting to think that I figured out the Ascension. Like, I've been annoyed by the Ascension. And not that I like them now, but I think I figured out what they're trying to do. I feel like they're trying to make you hate them by copying the Road Warriors. And
they mentioned that last night.
You noticed
they
that they
mentioned
purposely said that. So, in my head...
And they brought up Axis Smash and Demolition from the 80s and the 90s. They brought that tag team up.
So, in my head, they're pretty much trying to make everyone hate them.
And they brought up the New Age Outlaws, too.
Yeah, I'm not saying that I like it. I'm saying I figured it out.
So that's the only tag team I see the Usos losing the tag team titles to. It's the Ascension. By the Royal Rumble. That's going to happen.
That would be horrible, but whatever.
It's a new tag team winning the gold. It's better than having the old washed up tag teams again win tag team gold. I mean, how many times are you going to have the Usos win it? How many more times are you going to have Miz and Mizdow win it? And how many times are you going to have the Cosmic Garden Gnomes win the tag team titles? So it's time to get fresh new blood into winning a tag team title. I see the Intercontinental title being contested.
By the way, we didn't mention
Bad
News Barrett.
It wasn't really that interesting.
He's the Intercontinental Champion.
It wasn't really that interesting. I see him holding on to that title for a very long time. No really serious threats to him losing that.
Barrett?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe.
You're not losing it. You're not going to give Ziggler another shot.
Yeah, I think it's enough for a while with Ziggler. Maybe Ziggler needs to go to the United States Championship. Have a feud with Rusev.
Yeah. What else? You'll see a Divas title match.
I'm thinking it's Natty versus
Nikki
for the title, and Natty's gonna lose.
Yeah, because of TJ.
Yeah, it's gonna be a combination of her sister being involved and also TJ.
TJ, yeah. You're close.
Speaking of AJ, she's been gone for weeks because she's on vacation. She sent a picture on Twitter, and she's hanging out.
With her husband, CM Punk.
Obviously.
Of course.
But he's pretty busy himself, and I hear his beginning training is very intense, and he's really paying his dues right now.
Mm-hmm. It'd be interesting to see how this guy holds up in UFC.
And I'm willing to choke up the money for the CM Punk debut.
Yeah, so am I. I'm willing to see how bad he fails.
I'm definitely gonna make a whole episode about that, and I'm gonna have to make a name of just a show.
He's gonna fail because I don't see him surviving that long in UFC. But anyway, that's a different story for a different show. That's about it for the predictions of the Royal Rumble.
Honestly, my predictions are I have no clue. I didn't see the triple threat match happening.
Oh yeah, and for the title.
Don't you think that you're just going to see... Alright, just in my head, just laughing at a scenario. Not that I think it's going to happen. But I'm imagining, let's see. Brock Lesnar loses. Let's just play this out. Brock Lesnar loses to John Cena in the triple threat. Like, he pinned... Let's say Brock Lesnar loses the belt.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
To John Cena.
Okay.
Seth Rollins then cashes in because everyone is so tired. And then and there gives the curve stomp, pins him 1, 2, 3. And then you can still have Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 31. Boom.
You know, I never thought about that.
That's what I thought about. Not that I'm saying it's gonna happen.
Yeah, no.
But that scenario plays out well.
So you're still saying that prediction that Venus and I came up with a couple of months ago still exists, even though he's in that triple threat match.
I honestly feel like if I'm a betting man, I would bet Brock Lesnar's gonna win no matter what. Just because he signed, I know for a fact he signed till WrestleMania 31.
So WrestleMania.
So I don't see him losing the belt, and I don't see him sticking around
after WrestleMania. After
Royal Rumble if he loses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like he's gonna drop it at WrestleMania. I'm just saying that scenario just said is cool. It sounds cool, and if it happened that way, I wouldn't hate it. Is what I'm saying.
Right.
But I don't see that happening just from realistic standpoints. Lesnar's not dropping the belt to WrestleMania.
That's right.
It's a money. It finishes the story. He beats Undertaker the year before, and he keeps being a destructive bad guy for a whole year, and then finally loses
at WrestleMania.
It plays out like a story perfectly.
And the guy never headlined WrestleMania, so
yeah,
what better way to end it than headline WrestleMania? Because he's going to go back to UFC from what I was hearing. The rumors and the reports are circulating around the internet that Lesnar's going back to UFC after this. Be interesting.
Bellator also, that's another MMA company. They're also offering him big bucks. So he's like in talk with also WWE. I'm sure they would want to keep him in some way. So he's probably got 3 or 4, who knows, companies talking to him right now. Like, hey champ, what you gonna do after?
Right.
You know, I bet you just being the champ now is raising that money up.
Yeah.
For all the other ventures.
It will be interesting. Now, who wins the Royal Rumble? I'm still leaning it with Roman Reigns. That's my bold prediction.
It could be. I just don't. I just not excited about it.
Who are you going?
It would have been cooler last year.
Who are you predicting? Daniel Bryan?
Not that I'm predicting it. I just think that that's the match I'd rather see at WrestleMania 31.
Brock Lesnar?
Yeah, just think about just skill-wise. You know what I'm saying? Brock Lesnar, all his accolades versus Daniel Bryan, all his accolades. They're both magnificent and 2 different sides of the spectrum.
Yeah, and you got a big size differential as well.
And that also the big man, the little
David versus Goliath.
Exactly, that's so cool. And he had a year of being a villain. So for Daniel Bryan to come back from his surgery, That's a total divas episode right there.
Exactly.
If he comes back from surgery or whatever. I just see it playing out.
So you're leading...
And also the match itself might be the best match of the year.
Yeah.
Like, as far as the match itself, like, just how good the match is going to be, because they're both so skillful, I think that's a better match than Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. As far as the match, not the passing of the torch or whatever.
Right.
The match itself is going to be better with Daniel Bryan, is what I'm saying.
So you're going with Daniel Bryan?
I'd be cool with either one. I just prefer Daniel Bryan.
And it'll be interesting. I want to hear what you, our fans, have to think. Who do you think will win the 2015 Royal Rumble? Use the hashtag Roman Reigns if you believe Roman Reigns will win the Royal Rumble, or use the hashtag yes for Daniel Bryan if you think Daniel Bryan will win the 2015
That's
Royal
3
Rumble.
yeses, people.
Or use another hashtag for a wrestler of your choice that you may think that could surprise the 2015 Royal Rumble. So the choices are hashtag Roman Reigns if you pick Reigns for the Rumble in 2015. Hashtag yes for Daniel Bryan if you select Daniel Bryan to win the Rumble. Or a wrestler of your choice using hashtag a wrestler of your choice that you believe will be the shocker of the 2015 Royal Rumble. It's up to you, our fans.
Thank you, Shantae J, for always leaving awesome comments on the page. We appreciate that.
That's about it. Other related news that I want to talk about. There was a new countdown last night. Top 10 most crybabies in history.
Did you watch it?
I watched the majority of it. I have to watch the remaining of it.
I still haven't seen that, so...
It's good. It's funny. Tonight is a new Monday Night War.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
What was that?
It was on at 4 o'clock this afternoon.
But what was it about?
Something about bold strategies and all that.
Okay. I don't think this is... they're doing pretty good with those type of shows.
So those are the two things that are on the network. That's about it.
And I must say that I kind of sort of checked out Wrestling Kingdom 9 with JR, Jim Ross, good old JR. He's back and he's doing announcing with Matt Striker and New Japan.
Really?
For not part 9 of their Wrestling Kingdom.
Really?
And this is very a unique circumstance because at the beginning of this, JR said, "This is Japan's WrestleMania."
Really?
That's a bold statement to say.
Wow.
So another thing, I saw a couple matches. I noticed the young Bucks that I know from Ring of Honor. So it's Ring of Honor. It's Global Force Wrestling, which is owned by Jeff Jarrett and his organization.
Oh, Jeff Jarrett
and a bunch
TNA?
of other. He left. He sold his rights and he's out of TNA.
He sold it to Dixie?
Yeah, he gave his rights a long time ago.
Really? First time I'm ever hearing about that.
And that's he's doing Global Force Wrestling.
Okay.
And
how's that company doing?
And this is their first show, and it turned out, as far as fan reaction, it was very well received. I don't know how much money it made or blah blah blah, but just pure wrestling, it was a big spectacle, and it was very watchable because JR was there. And I couldn't watch every match because I'm not invested. I don't know who these people are.
Right.
Who cares if you win? But I checked out the AJ Styles match. I saw some of it. I didn't even see the outcome. It was just so much to watch.
Really?
It was 4 hours. So it really is a WrestleMania type of event.
So there's
and it's so much federations and all together in one place.
So there's more competition finally out
So
there.
what they're doing is just all combining together except TNA, which is a mistake.
Oh, big time.
Because if TNA was to combine with them, maybe we got something here. Because AJ Styles is pretty much the greatest wrestler in the world as far as international.
So do you think WWE in the future is up for another competition like they were with WCW?
Hopefully that makes me excited because WWE gets better with competition.
Like they did during the Monday Night Wars.
We need another Monday Night Wars. And what if they just start on Mondays? And Lucha Underground, too.
You know, that would be
just put them all together and just come at WWE.
That would be very interesting.
I'd watch. I have DVR.
So would I.
I'd watch it the next day.
I watch it the day after. I don't care.
But I must say it was a really well done event. And this is the first year that they had American commentary.
Really?
And the two was JR and Matt Stryker.
Interesting. So we'll see what happens in the future. As you know, ladies and gentlemen, this coming Friday is the final Friday night, final SmackDown on Friday nights before going back to Thursday nights. That's it.
Fuzzy Little Bunny.
Thursdays. Well, see you on Thursday, yes? We'll see you on Thursday, yes?
I know it's hokey and stuff, but I like that commercial.
Yeah, that's a good classic commercial. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, February 27th, WWE comes back to the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden, with Hulk Hogan there. It's the road to WrestleMania.
Brother.
I'm going. Venus is going. I'm getting tickets.
Boom.
Anything else you want to add?
I will definitely see you next week. And this was We Love It Raw. Keep it real and keep it raw.